Hello, students. So, today we have a grammar topic lined up for you, that is reported speech. When we report someone's words, we can do it in two ways: direct speech, indirect or reported speech. For example, an example of direct speech is "I am reading," said grandmother. So, when we write the same sentence in indirect or reported speech, we would say, "Grandmother said that she was reading." So, notice there is a difference between direct and indirect speech. We have changed "I" into "she" and "am" into "was." So, let's study about reported or indirect speech. So, we use reported speech to report or tell someone what another person has said. Reported speech is also called indirect speech. When we change direct speech to reported speech, we must often change the tense. So, she said, "I am tired." This is direct speech. She said that she was tired. This is reported speech. So, if we use the present tense in direct speech, we use the past tense in reported speech. Let's see the following rules of reported speech. Rule 1. Reported speech is always written in past tense. If the direct speech is, the reported speech will be was. Are will convert into were. Has or have will convert into had. Will change into would. Shall, should. Can, could. Do or does, did. Today, that day. Tonight, that night. Yesterday, the previous day. Tomorrow, the next day. This will change into that. Now will change into then. Let's see an example. The king said, "I will give a reward tomorrow." So, will is in future tense. So, will becomes would. And tomorrow, tomorrow is also a future tense. So, it becomes the next day. So the sentence will be, the king said that he would give a reward the next day. Next rule is, reported speech is always written in third person. First person is the person who is speaking, means speaker. So here, I, me, mine, myself, we, our, ours, ourselves. So in second person, the person is the person who is listening, listener. So we use you, your, yours, yourself. Third person belongs to the person being talked about. So we use he or she, his or hers, him or her, himself or herself, they, them, themselves. So reported speech is always written in third person. So here is an example. The king said, "I will give a reward tomorrow." So here we are using "I" for a king. And king is a third person here. So that's why we use he over here instead of "I." So the sentence will be, the king said that he would give a reward the next day. So we will write would instead of will, and next day instead of tomorrow. So our third rule is, when the speaker speaks a sentence, add that. So if it is a normal sentence and ended with full stop, then you just have to add that after said. So the example is, the king said, my kingdom is safe from enemies. So my kingdom is safe from enemies is the full sentence ending with full stop. So in this case you will add that after said. So the reported speech will be, the king said that his kingdom was safe from enemies. So we have placed his in place of my and was in place of is, because we use his for third person. So our fourth rule is, when the speaker gives a command or request and sentence is incomplete, add to. So you will add to before dialogue. So first sentence is of command here. The king told, get out of here. So add to after told. The sentence will change into, the king told to get out of here. Next sentence is of request. The king said, please sit down. So the reported speech sentence will be, the king requested to sit down. Fifth rule is, when the speaker asks a question like what, where, when, how, who, etc., do not add anything, replace said with asked. So example, the king said, where is my crown? So this is a WH question. So you have to replace said with asked and don't put that in between. Change is into past. So it will become was, and change his in place of my, because it's for a third person. Our next rule is, whenever a speaker asks a question which can only be answered in yes or no, add if or whether. So we always put if or whether in front of a question. Example, the king asked, do you want to enjoy your life? So you can answer this question in yes or no only. So put if or whether after asked. So the reported speech will be, the king asked if he wanted to enjoy his life. Only that question, we will take only that question whose answer can only be written in yes or no. Do not change the dialogue into past tense. So, in the seventh rule, there is one exception where you don't change reported speech into past tense. For making indirect speech of universal truth sentence, the reported speech is not changed, even if the reporting form of speech is in past tense. Example, the king said, the earth is round. So the earth was round yesterday also, today also, and it will remain round in future also. So it's a universal truth. Do not change the dialogue into past tense. So the answer is, the king said that the earth is round. So we will not change is, it will remain same. So we have learned about the 7 rules of indirect speech. Now let's see few picture examples. First example, Pinky said, I like to go to school. So, when you will convert into indirect sentence, the sentence will be Pinky said that she liked to go to school. Okay, so we have changed like into liked and I into she. Next example, Chintu said, I have lost my way. So, in indirect sentence, the sentence will be Chintu said that he had lost his way. Next example, Ria said, I have exciting news. So, in indirect speech, how will we write? Ria said that she had exciting news. That's all for today. Thank you, students.